Hey everyone, welcome to another hunt video. Today we're going to be fighting White Fatalis, so let's get on with this. And here we go, here's White Fatalis. Now, as you can see, it is an absolutely monstrous white furry dragon. So obviously it's just like a normal Fatalis, but pretty much it's got fur, it's all white, and it's very epic basically. It's like its name is White Fatalis and Old Fatalis. A lot of people call it Old Fatalis, but it's also White Fatalis, so it is an Old Fatalis, it's just sometimes called White Fatalis. One of the most annoying things with White Fatalis, in my opinion, is the air bite attack, because he sends down like lightning strikes. It's like Crimson Fatalis, this move here, but he sends down lightning strikes like that, and they do massive damage. Now, this White Fatalis is only Hunter rank 6, but obviously the G rank 1 does even more damage, and I have failed it multiple times because of that, as you can see. And that's like half the damage the G rank 1 will do. Now, the first game White Fatalis was in was Monster Hunter 2, and since then White Fatalis has been in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, obviously this game, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, and Monster Hunter GU. So he's been in quite a lot of the games, but also not heaps. Now, in this game, his fight is incredibly basic, and can be quite a pain. One of the most annoying things with White Fatalis is that once you get him down to 50% health, he will go into armor mode. And basically, that's the same thing with Crimson, how Crimson went into armor mode when he's angry, but with White Fatalis, he stays in armor mode after 50% until you get his health down to 20%. And one of the worst things with the armor mode is that every hit zone is reduced to 10%. So basically, you're doing no damage at all, but there is one massive thing that you can do to get around it, which is using bombs. So the good thing with bombs is it cuts through the armor. So basically, the 10% that your normal attacks are doing, the bombs will do full damage. And the beauty with it is, which I only learned recently, is that you can put the bombs anywhere because it has the same hit zones over the whole body. So originally, when I was fighting White Fatalis, I was doing it at the head, but I was informed that you can actually place the bombs wherever you want, and they will still do the same damage because the hit zones are all the same with the bombs. So if you're going to bring bombs, just probably hit the legs, like while he's just standing around. Unless you want to go for the head, it is a good guaranteed bomb time. It's just, you know, if you go for the legs, it's probably just easier to do that. Now, the same with normal Fatalis and White Fatalis, you can tell if he's going to be coming down to the ground from the way his head moves and his mouth. So if his mouth is open and his head is flapping around, he's going to be coming to the ground. If it isn't, he's going to be shooting fireballs or following you, being a pet Fatalis. White Fatalis does have a few extra moves compared to normal Fatalis, and Crimson, not heaps. One of the main ones is what I call dodgeball, which is basically where he'll go up on top of that area over there, and then he'll roar, and it will send heaps of lightning balls down on you for a period of, I don't know, it's like 10 seconds or so. It can be quite annoying. You gotta really Superman out of some of them because they go everywhere. And just like with Crimson Fatalis, as I was mentioning bombs before, once you've got him into armor mode, obviously you can do this before he's in armor mode as well, but once you have him in armor mode, 100% make sure you're bringing the materials to recraft bombs, because if you can't recraft bombs, you're going to be struggling a lot. And obviously, just like a normal Elder Dragon, he gets repelled after a certain amount of damage is done, and then you can fight him again and again and again until he eventually dies. So you'll more than likely do the most damage in your first hunt because he's not in armor mode. But then once he eventually gets into armor mode, you're going to be struggling to do damage because of the hit zones. So that's why I'm saying make sure to bring bombs. And just like all the other Fatalises, probably bring a dragon weapon. It's just easier that way, or a roar, you know, that sort of stuff. But I usually bring dragon. You can break his head, you can break his chest, all that sort of stuff. And as you can see, when he's angry, he does change a bit. He has electricity around his chest and his face and all that. And he gets those bright red marks on his chest and his face. So if you're unsure if he's in anger, he's pretty easy to tell when he's in anger because he'll have those marks and all the electricity all over him. And also, just to mention, when he's in armor mode, you'll know when he's in armor mode because you won't be, like, you'll be bouncing on everything. So bring ESP as well, by the way, so then you can actually cut through that. But you'll be bouncing everywhere, and when he gets out of armor mode down at 20% health, you'll notice because you'll be able to hit him again. I've been using the head as an indicator. So if you're bouncing off the head while having white sharpness or something like that, then he's in armor mode. And then if you stop bouncing off of his head with white sharpness, then he's not in armor mode anymore. And a little bit of lore about White Fatalis: he is considered the strongest monster in the Monster Hunter lore universe. So like, he is basically God type thing, which is quite cool, the fact that you can actually fight him. And in the 20th anniversary Monster Hunter poll, he came 15th place, which makes sense. He is a very cool, epic monster. Okay, looks like he's doing dodgeball now. But yeah, so he came 15th place, so I'm hopeful that he'll come back in a future Monster Hunter game. I would really love that. I don't see why not. I would assume he would. Now, so this is what I call dodgeball. He goes up here, he'll roar, and then lightning balls come down. I usually sit about here, I don't know, I've just found, like, often the lightning balls will go here, but not all the time, and then I'll pretty much just sprint on the spot, because then you can Superman just like that, as you can see, because that would have done big damage if I didn't avoid it. And usually it doesn't hit the same place twice. I think I've seen it happen maybe once, but typically it won't happen. And if you're wondering about head positioning for when he's coming down, so when he comes down from dodgeball, you can use this little knob here and this bit as positioning. So his head will be just about here. So if you're going to bomb his head, put the bombs here. Because as you'll see in a second, I'm not going to bomb him, but as you'll see in a second, once he comes down, his head will be just there and I'll get to hit it. See how it's just perfectly just there. So I use those as guides, that broken tile there and this little knobby bit. I don't know what it is, but I feel like it's kind of used as it's used as a guiding point, in my opinion. Now, in Freedom Unite, White Fatalis honestly isn't that hard. I mean, like, he does big damage, especially in G rank, and he is a pain when he's in armor mode, but like his moveset is pretty basic. He will spam this move a lot. If you guys want to see that, go check out the White Fatalis episodes I did recently in Freedom Unite. He will spam that. I think the most I had him spam in a row was like 7-8 times. So you really got to watch out, because obviously that's going to create the lightning balls coming down constantly. It can be a real pain. And the way to unlock White Fatalis is, so you have to have unlocked normal Fatalis first, which if you're doing it Hunter rank 6 is doing the solo training, like the standard solo training. So you got to do that, then you got to kill normal Fatalis, then you have to kill Crimson Fatalis, and once you've killed Crimson Fatalis, then you'll unlock White Fatalis. And then for G rank, if you want to unlock him, you've got to do at least one weapon for all the G rank training. And then once you've unlocked normal Fatalis, because that unlocks normal Fatalis, then you have to kill normal Fatalis to unlock Crimson Fatalis, then you have to kill Crimson Fatalis, then you unlock White Fatalis. It's a bit of a process, but you know, he is like the god of Monster Hunter, so it makes sense that it's going to take a minute to get up to it. Now for me, White Fatalis usually will take, well, the G rank Fatalis, White Fatalis at least, it took me, I think it was 3 or 4 repels. Well, I actually failed it a couple times, but the health seems to transfer over. But anyway, I'm not 100% sure on that, so I'm not going to mention that. Basically, I would say, like, the way I play the game, it will probably take 3 repels and then the actual successful hunt after that. So it can take quite a long time, especially when he goes into armor mode, because you're going to be doing such bad damage at that point besides bombs. Okay, so I actually just learnt something that I had no idea about. I used a Farcaster because I just wanted to get away to sharpen. And I thought that it would take me to the area outside of his room, but you actually get the whole entire box. So I will be honest with you, I didn't know this. I've fought White Fatalis all these years and I had no idea you could do this. So make sure you do this if you're going to be fighting him, because you get supply large barrel bombs, small barrel bomb pluses, Farcasters, extra heals, everything. I genuinely never knew about this. And then of course also you get the bed, so you can heal up free like that. I really wish I knew about this when I was fighting him back in the Monster Hunter Freedom Unite series. Now there's not too much else to say about White Fatalis, so I have skipped quite a bit of time here. It's basically just, you know, a harder Crimson Fatalis, harder Crimson Fatalis which has an annoying armor mode. And as you can see, I'll show you once he comes down, I have actually managed to break his chest, as you can see. It's a bit harder to tell while he's in anger, but I'll show you once he gets up. You see those like those scarring marks on his chest? That's when you know that you've broken his chest or scarred it. It is a bit weird having the full map on my screen now, because I'm so used to never getting the map, because I genuinely didn't know that you could get the map. I didn't know you could Farcaster back. So make sure you bring a Farcaster if you're going to be doing this quest, so you can go back to base, because there's 2 supply ones in the box as well. I do have about 5 minutes left until the end of this quest, so we'll see if we're able to get him into armor mode in this quest, because I do want to show you guys armor mode. If not, I will quickly just go into the quest again and just fight him until he goes into armor mode, just so I can show you guys what it looks like. And he does also do a dive like Crimson Fatalis does, as he did there. So just while he's flying up, just watch him to see if he's going to dive or not, because he sometimes does it, oftentimes doesn't, you know, it's a bit random. And always when he's coming down, try and hit the head if you can. Obviously, if he's in armor mode, you're not going to be able to do as much damage, but it just does big damage, so it's always worth the hit. And really watch out for the chip damage. Look how much damage I'm taking right now. That was all from little chip damage. And by chip damage, I mean like when he's walking in place, and that attack does a lot of damage, but when he's walking in place and turning and stuff, you get a little bit of damage each time he does it. Okay, I've got just over a minute until the quest is over, so we don't have too long left now. Okay, so he's gone out here now, so he does this sometimes. Oftentimes he'll dive down, so just watch him. Sometimes he shoots fireballs, so okay, he's diving down. And I meant to say electricity balls, it's not fireballs, of course. Oh, I'm bouncing now. I'll have to check on his head if I have the chance, but he might be in armor mode now. Because you can see, because I've already got white sharpness, which usually cuts through him, and he's starting to bounce. So I do believe he's in armor mode now. That's pretty much what it looks like. You're going to be bouncing on areas where you'd normally hit him with the same, like with the good sharpness. It looks like we're not going to be able to verify it on his head, but it's probably in armor mode. Okay, and 3, 2, 1, hopefully repelled, and yep, there we go, repelled. I don't get to see an animation of him doing it because he was already flying, but there we go. So as you can see, like, he can be quite difficult with some things. Now that I've learnt about the Farcaster going back to base, 100% do that. And obviously if you're going to be fighting him G rank, just keep in mind he's way harder than this. He does so much more damage. And there we go, guys. So that's going to be the end of this episode. I do just want to quickly mention, yes, I think I got him into armor mode just at the end there. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you'd like to join the channel as a member, you can. I'll show on screen now the members we have. Thank you all very much. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode, which I don't know what it's going to be, to be honest with you, because this was the last bit of Freedom Unite that I can think of. So maybe there'll be another Freedom Unite hunt, I'm not sure, or maybe we'll be on to another one. Anyway, I'll see you guys then. Bye.